I believe that female rage is having a cultural moment right now, and it does deserve our attention. Because I felt like I was going crazy the other day. There were just many mentions of female rage on the timeline that seemed to be converging with each other.
All at the same time.
Yeah, all at the same time. It made me feel like there's something bubbling up, and women want to scream about how angry they are. And I was just trying to figure out, like, what are women so mad at?
Men.
Or who are they so mad at? What's going on?
Men, am I right?
Do you have female rage, Sarah? Since it's Woman Wednesday, I feel like it's necessary to address.
More like Woman Wednesday.
Wham and Wednesday.
I'm a woman and I have felt anger before.
But it's not female rage. It's like a different thing. There's anger and then there's female rage. It's
Have
very.
you thought of calling the ambulance?
We need to call the ambulance, guys.
And get some French fries?
Yes.
It starts with a W because for women, right?
Some lamb chops, perhaps.
So this came to my attention because Taylor Swift has dedicated a section of her Eras tour to the new album, The Tortured Poets Department, and she dubbed it Female Rage, the Musical. And within a period of 24 hours, she actually applied for the trademark to that phrase. She now owns the phrase Female Rage, the Musical. I don't know what Taylor Swift has to be so enraged about, but that caught my attention. And then I also saw Anya Taylor-Joy doing an interview for promoting Mad Max Furiosa.
There's a $20 super chat there.
Mr. Anderson, female rage, a poor player which frets and struts its hour upon the stage and is then heard no more. It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. Grow up, ditch the tantrum.
I do like the word tantrum.
It's basically female tantrums, yes. Anya Taylor-Joy said that she is a strong advocate of female rage. We're animals, and there's a point where somebody just snaps. And she said she had to fight with the director of Furiosa to allow her to scream really loudly in the movie. Because, you know, she only has 30 lines of dialogue. She's going to make the most of it.
Here we go. Let's listen to this clip here really fast.
I have a thing about feminine rage, which people think, for some reason, and this is with no disrespect to any writer, I get a lot of like men doing really terrible things and women sitting silently whilst like one tear like slowly falls. And I'm like, oh no, we get mad and angry. And I remembered like pulling Mark aside and saying, I'm really sorry, but the only way to play this truthfully is for me to like attack him. And he was like, oh, you mean like this? And I was like, no, like I'm gonna
have at him.
And luckily everyone liked it and Nick was game and I
didn't like it.
I
didn't like it one bit.
Fun fact that if you took my eye distance apart and Anya Taylor-Joy's distance apart and have them, it'd be the perfect distance. Because I get told my eyes are too close together and her eyes are very far apart.
You guys should have a child.
If we had a child, he would have the perfect, pupillary distance. It'd be fantastic.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
I like that.
Symmetrical.
And also, it turns out that the latest wellness trend for wealthy white women is a rage ritual where they go into the woods and they scream. They just scream really loudly and beat the ground with sticks. And this is a real thing that women are paying thousands of dollars to participate in rage rituals. It's telling of the state of the world, I think.
Well, we see these advertisements when we go to the movies for like the rooms where you can go in and just break stuff.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that. There's like a growing cottage industry of rage rituals where you go in and you break plates or...
I can already see the feminist article 15 years from now where some girl's like, and I saw my dad smash a computer at one of these rooms and it scared the crap out of me.
Yeah.
His male rage was so toxic.
But female rage isn't toxic. That's what you're supposed to believe.
It's okay. It's fine. It's okay when we do it, says women.
So let's take a look at a rage ritual.
I'm muting that shit.
Yeah, they're just beating the ground and screaming.
Bro,
she could just go into the woods and do this herself. Like
you can do this for free. You don't need to pay thousands of dollars to do
for
it.
this. Or is the idea that you're doing it with other women? Get some of your friends together and
have a little rage fest.
Have a rage fest. Like,
yeah. Mm-hmm. This is a real thing. And there are women in the comments sincerely saying that this, like, yeah, like one said, why did I immediately have a visceral reaction and start crying? Another one said, this is powerful. I believe we collectively as women have so much ancestral and personal rage built up over all we've had to endure. It's powerful.
Now what they should have done at this event is we should have set out a bunch of bears and a bunch of men into the woods and seen where they went.
Yeah, just see what happens. See how your female rage keeps you safe in the woods. But yeah, this is organized by a woman named Mia Benducci, an author and self-described spiritual fairy godmother known online as Mia Magic. And as part of the retreat, she holds a rage ritual, a ceremony in which participants scream and beat large sticks on the ground in the woods. They're encouraged to think of people and experiences that have wronged them and to scream and swing the sticks for at least 20 minutes until they can no longer move their arms.
Let me guess. Every man that they ever dated was a toxic narcissist.
Yes. Yep. This is how you can get revenge on your toxic ex. And I looked at this woman's website. It's like a whole business for her where you can pay over $3,000, $4,000 sometimes to participate in these rage rituals with other women that you don't know.
A scam artist.
Totally, but it's working for her.
Technically,
there is a market for this.
I mean, technically, it's not a scam. Technically, these women are getting what they paid for. It's just stupid.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's exactly. You're not getting scammed, but you're just dumb.
It's not saying like we're going to introduce you to a new way of beating a stick against the ground.
Yeah.
It's going to change your life.
When therapy doesn't cut it anymore. Right? Like you're in therapy for years. Therapy doesn't cut it anymore. You have to go in the woods and scream. I think that's sound pollution. I think they're polluting the environment at this point.
I've heard of people being told to do that by their therapists. I believe it was Shia LaBeouf that was told to go into a forest and just scream.
Lights just flickered.
Yeah.
I think the female rage is like messing with the electronics in the room right now.
Stream good,
are we
guys?
good?
Did we lose the stream?
Everything flashed.
Let me check. It looks like the stream is fine.
Okay.
Something
I
wrong?
have to go outside and break a few sticks.
Yeah, I might have to let out my rage.
But honestly, it's just like it goes to show you whatever you decide and choose to believe the cure is will be the cure. Mm-hmm. Like the astrological therapy or the scream therapy or whatever it may be for you. I think that this just shows the power of the mind because, yeah, this is literally just going to the woods and screaming. I mean, unless they went through a very traumatic event, like one specific, like genuinely violent, shocking, traumatic event. Okay, but I would put money on most of those women have not had an experience like that.
What is the male version of this? You know what it is? It's the guys who want to go through like civilian buds, like civilian Navy SEAL training.
I think men having an outlet for controlled violence and anger makes more sense than for women.
Absolutely.
I think maybe these women are becoming hysterical because they have mind-numbing office jobs where they have to be collaborative and patient all day and use HR speak. It's driving them crazy. You're not allowed to be a Karen anymore. And that's my real thesis here is that this is misdirected rage.
Okay.
And I think this is the best case for women unleashing their inner Karen again. Because Karen, she kept society running. Karen speaking to the manager, like you might have said she was annoying, you might have made fun of her haircut, whatever, but she was still demanding that the trains run on time, the streets were clean, and that customer service was still good. Yeah. And you have her to thank for society still being like bearable to live in, and then we sent her into hiding. We banished her.
And the odd part is like it's symbiotic because then the men who make all those things possible by actually performing those activities were motivated by their desire to attract the opposite sex.
We got a $20 from Spaghetti Warrior 66. Female rage is a logical result of unlimited freedom, decades of women thinking, dressing, behaving, and working like men. We're not men. This system doesn't work.
I would say, and I think the chat is right. I posited the question, like, what is the male version of this? It's going to the gym. It's going to the gym or playing sports.
Or playing video games.
I mean,
everyone needs that to some
yes,
degree.
Like for me, it's going skating. And granted, that's not about rage. That's more about calculated risk and creativity. But the point is it's a physical activity that gets me out of my head for a period of time and allows me to do something that is unique.
But you would be an angrier person without skating.
Yes, I would.
For sure.
Absolutely. And for my brother, he plays softball in a league, and he works out, and he goes to the gym. All those things. Maybe it's just because it's more inherent to men that those types of things are more natural.
And this isn't even necessarily a cure, right? Because then you just go straight back into the life that made you so enraged in the first place.
Right.
I don't really see how it helps in the long.
Rage is not, anger is not a dominant emotion for women. But I think.
So you know what somebody should do? They should set up like fake scenarios where they can go and yell at a manager and know that they're not being recorded.
There are good reasons to be angry about the state of society right now. But women are becoming hysterical because we have also disempowered men from coming in to fix the situation.
Yep.
So what do you do at that point? Like our lizard brains are freaking out right now because there's no security and predictability anymore. Right?
Right. I think I was talking to, I want to say the other Sarah about this, but basically, you know, we're kicking women out of the nest at like 18 years old when they are like the most vulnerable. And then they just kind of have to figure it out. And some do and some don't. Whether that's going to college or just going about your life and trying to figure it out. I think that after years of that, like just feeling unsafe, whether you realize it or not, does translate into rage. It's like that lack of safety.
Especially with women going into college. They're going into an environment where I think a small amount of men are encouraged to be badly behaved because numbers of college graduates are majority female now, and it's just going to keep on going in that direction for the foreseeable future. So college campuses are majority female. There's a smaller portion of males that they're all competing for. And that's kind of a reverse of the natural balance, which is that women are the objects of pursuit. And then those men have carte blanche permission to use and discard those women for sex. And there's no real reason those women have to object to that system because they don't have any moral paradigm.
Yep.
So I think that and countless other factors could be an explanation for why women are so, they just don't have any peace. Like they're just constantly like on the edge of a freak out like this. Like, letting all their rage out.
Throwing your ice.
I don't think this is a healthy way to go about it, though.
Throwing your ice in the bathtub.
You brought up that video that recently got a ton of views on X, where this girl said like she's a new mom and she's probably got like postpartum, right? And she just takes a bowl of ice cubes and throws them into the bathtub while screaming. And people were saying this is weird. And then other people said it's just weird to post it on TikTok.
That is, I mean, I think they're both weird, but it's weirder to post it.
Yeah, like postpartum rage is a thing.
Yeah.
But it's not maybe something that you should show the entire world or let your children witness.
But women are more performative in that aspect. Women want to show the world this type of stuff.
Right. I mean, I just, like, as she was crying, did she set up the camera or... Was this a ritual she does normally? And just
seems like a routine habit for her.
I love the video of the lady who's like, I lost a patient in the ER today, and she's like crying. And then like, there's a whole subset of videos of men who just make videos where they go set up the camera. He gets into the scrubs. He puts on the mask and then like stands against the wall, and then the music kicks in. The sad music kicks in. And he's like, I was so sad today.
Yeah.
You know?
But yeah, I don't think that this is a healthy expression of female rage if you have it. I think that you need to unleash your inner Karen and speak to the manager if something really bothers you. Don't bottle it up. Don't let it build up like this, ladies.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.